Very exciting news for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Russell Westbrook has decided to re-sign for 5 years. The contract is worth $205 million. And Westbrook is a savage. He signs this deal on Kevin Durant's birthday. How can you not like Westbrook? He's going to give the Thunder another chance after they botched their super big three that they had. They drafted all three of these players: James Harden, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook. He's going to give them another chance here as he's staying for 5 more years. Because he basically gave them a little bit of an extension and said, hey, improve the team. I want to seriously win. I don't want to waste my prime. And they responded by getting Paul George and Carmelo Anthony. It makes things very interesting. So now that Westbrook is going to be here for a while, I actually have to think about where I'm going to rank the Oklahoma City Thunder, because they have a very interesting lineup. They're great defensively. You got Roberson, you got Paul George, so they can pretty much defend any team in the league. Westbrook is also a good defender. Steven Adams is pretty good as well. So for instance, let's say they play the Warriors. Roberson can guard Curry. You got Paul George on Kevin Durant. Russell Westbrook could also defend Curry, but you might put him on somebody else, maybe Klay Thompson. That way he doesn't get as tired. But they have a lot of options. If they play the Cleveland Cavaliers, you got Paul George for LeBron James and Roberson for LeBron James. So whoever you put on LeBron, the other guy can guard Wade. Westbrook could easily guard any point guard they have. They're not really going to have an issue matching up with other teams defensively. That's what's very interesting about this team. Now, their bench isn't that good. However, when you have a big three, the bench doesn't matter as much, because if you have a good rotation system, you could always have one of these guys on the court at all times. So you could have Carmelo out there with the bench. You could have Paul George or Westbrook out there with the bench as the other two guys get some rest to come back in later. Now, the only real problem that I'm seeing is that Carmelo Anthony is the type of player that needs the ball in his hands. He does a lot of isolations. He's kind of like Westbrook. So Westbrook needs it in his hands, and so does Carmelo. So I don't know how this is going to work offensively. It'll be very interesting to see what type of offense they run with this team. I think Paul George is a good fit for Westbrook because he doesn't necessarily need the ball in his hands. He's not like a Carmelo. I mean, he is an isolation player, but he's not as bad as Carmelo in that sense. He can still be effective without dribbling, because we've seen him do it before on the Pacers when they had Lance Stevenson, Roy Hibbert, David West. When they had that lineup rolling, you saw how he played against the Miami Heat, LeBron James, and you saw the kind of effort that he gave on the defensive end to defend LeBron, and you saw how sometimes that series they went to 7 games against the Miami Heat. So Paul George is perfect for the Thunder. Carmelo's going to be very interesting to see. So I will reevaluate and I will rank them a little bit later. I want to see how they play and how the coach is going to put them together, but it's definitely, it makes things so interesting out there in the Western Conference. The NBA is getting very competitive. This is exciting news. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Can the Thunder win it all? Where do you rank them right now?